What is going on, you guys? Welcome to today's video. We're starting off with a box from Retro Wheel. All right, my friends, let's see what kind of goodies we've got in this box. I do know inside here should be the BBS RC center cap tool, which I ordered, but he also said there's a surprise for the Pink Floyd, so we'll see what that is. All right, my friends, what do we have in the box? We got a cool little thank you note. Always check Retro Wheels. They have a beautiful selection of wheels all the time, custom made stuff, awesome stuff. Let's see. Here we got this box. Here we got this box. You know, you got a lot of packaging. Ooh, look at that, fancy BBS stuff. And I think that completes our box. All right, let's move this out of the way. All right, so this is our center cap tool for the RCs. Very awesome. Thank you for that. And then we've got the free gift. It says free gift right there. And we have more gifts. So I think we should do free gift for, I think, come before this one. So let me open this one up real fast. All right, what is in our free gift alternator box here? More packaging. It's like a treasure hunt. What do we have in here? Any guesses? Because I have no clue. The suspense. The suspense. Ooh, look at that. Fisher C box. Very cool. Love these things with all the with cassettes in it. Hold on, my friends. There's cassettes in it. This one is Atlantic Gap Country's Greatest Hits. Almost dropped it, but look at that. Country's Greatest Hits in the first slot. Is it all loaded up with, oh, it is. Look at this mixtape. Normal HL Live is loaded with tapes. Kenny Rogers. Wow, fancy. That one's empty. This one's got one. And look at that. We got a Fisher C box for the Mark III, and it's loaded with tapes. Eventually we'll have to play those and see what's on them. And now we have the more gifts one here. What's in this one? Ooh, we got lots of goodies. Bam. Stickers for days. Look at this. All over the place. And we got, oh, look at this. We got fancy little jet tags. I'm assuming all of this stuff here is for sale on his website, so you want to check it out. Check Retro Wheels. Key tags, and we got a nice little, look at that, bam. Fancy stuff, and then we got more of the small stickers. So again, thank you, Dimitri, hooking it up as always for the tool for the BBS RCs. Super cool gift, loaded full of tapes, and we got all this cool gear, stickers, jet tags, cool little keychain. So as always, massive shout out to Dimitri at Retro Wheel, always hooking it up, super good dude. Make sure you check him out. And if we look over here, you can see we've already got the Retro Wheels lanyard for the GTI key, but it's looking kind of bare with just a key. But now I think we go red jet tag or black jet tag. I think I'm black. I lied, I did red, but how sick is that? So I got the fancy lanyard with the jet tag. Much better, because if you look over here, all the keys got to have something. So now we have the jet tag on this one, and this is from Miley. Got the VR6 and the Jetta Generations tag from European Experience. That was Mark 1 through Mark 7, I believe. The wagon has, well, the variant has the Euro Crew right there, and then my wagon has this little logo. Bam. But they all gotta have something. Fancy. Straight from BBS. Very cool stuff. Now, there's no more issues with my center caps ever again. We can tighten them down and pop them free. No problem. Just a little bit icy today. Another very cold one, but this is day 3 of the 1.8T build. We're doing pretty good. Yesterday went through, got the block cleaned, got the cylinder head cleaned. I gotta do the valve cover still, get that cleaned up, but all the timing stuff is done. Got a new crank pulley on there, looking super fancy. What I wanna try and do today, it's a little bit warmer today than it was yesterday. Not by much, but by a little bit. I wanna try and go through and paint the block in the front. It's not terrible, but it can be a bit better than that. So what I'm gonna try and do, I'm gonna paint a super light layer first, then pull out the heat gun, and then dry it real quick. Hopefully it doesn't like bubble or run, and then do another layer, dry it, another layer, dry it, and hopefully get this thing looking pretty brand new. By the end of the process, if it messes up and looks terrible, I mean, once in the car, you really won't see it, but I prefer to clean up as best I could while I have it out. So I'm gonna try that first. So we've got some Rust-Oleum per usual. This is the high temp matte black. Got a heat gun right there. Hopefully this goes well. We'll use the heat gun real fast to go through and try and heat up the block a little bit. That way there's no like damp spots like that. And just make it a little bit better so the paint hopefully sticks and doesn't run. I think we'll be okay though. So overall, that actually worked out pretty well. Now you have a nice flat black block in the back. Just no more of the crusty brown look. Would have been cooler if it was in gloss black, but I didn't have any, so just use what I had. Not bad in the front. I didn't spray everything. We have to have a mix of like gloss black down here and some matte up top, but I just want to cover up the rough spots, which is like through here. But now you can see, not bad. Like I said, once the accessory bracket's back on, the intake manifold, you won't see anything at all down here, but I'll know it's there. So the rough spots are gone, that's covered back up, and the whole back of the block in matte black. So I think we are good to go on painting. Again, it's just freezing out here, but with the heat gun, actually worked out pretty well, so I think that'll do. So aside from painting, things to do for today, I want to get the valve cover pulled back off. This can be clean because it's still fairly dirty. Get all the wipe down, and I'm debating. I think I'm gonna do it is paint match the valve cover to the car like I did for the intake manifold. I wasn't gonna do it because once the engine cover's on, which this car will have an engine cover, you're not gonna see this at all. But at the time before the cover's on, I think having this match the intake manifold will look super cool. So I think I'm gonna paint match this. We'll see after I clean it what I want to do. And then also, let me pull this off real fast. Pop that off, and this one. Oh, fancy blue belt, race car stuff. Over here, a lot of people, let me go ahead and pull the entire valve cover off real fast. A lot of people said we should go through, set this over here, and replace the cam chain tensioner, which is this unit right here. This piece that holds the chain up right there. Now, I do have the new seals for this one. There's a seal that goes under this side right here, and there's a half moon somewhere like this, but over here somewhere. I think I'm gonna replace the entire unit just to do it while we're here. Might as well, that way later on it doesn't go out and then we have it jump time and something stupid happens. So that's a part I have to order. I also ordered a new oil pan gasket for the bottom, and I ordered a new oil tube pickup. That way this one's clogged or anything's wrong with it, we'll swap that out and have all that section nice and good. But yeah, gotta get this ordered. It's about $110, kind of expensive, but might as well do it now while we're here to get all that done and refresh and good to go. And then also someone said this piece here, I think it is, there's an adapter. So like this one and this one will come off, this whole neck will come out of here because this car was automatic before, and the automatic has a different coolant like adapter here. So this can come off before I put the new manual coolant flange back on. So change that out. But other than that, we're just about ready to start building this thing back up. I mean, I have all the new metal pieces for this, and then I want to go through and clean up the accessory bracket, which is right here, and then clean up the AC compressor and the alternator as well. I have to swap out that pulley for the new speed one. But we are making great progress on this thing. It's going smooth. So these pieces here are all the new metal coolant flanges. That way it's just not plastic and it won't ever break and get brittle. This one obviously will go right to that one right in the front. And then this one over here, like I said before, this is the manual one. So you can see how that flange looks compared to what I have right now, which is the automatic one. So is that this one and the bottom one will come out, and then this will mount up just like that on the side of the head. So the whole flange will go away, the adapter piece, and just using this one and that one to bolt it up. And this one came with the gasket right there. So that'll go just like so. And then these two go in the coolant hoses, which wherever those went to, somewhere down there. One's like right here, one's in the front somewhere. We'll see it as we go through. But yeah, just wanted to show these pieces off real quick. Cool stuff. I'm gonna do a little bit of a cleaning through here. Make sure all of our mating surfaces are nice and clean. We don't want any leaks later on. Nice new thermostat going in. That'll sit just like so. Then we've got our new seal right here. We'll toss our fancy new piece. All right, now this should just come right off. Oh, look at that. Easy as that. So that's gone. And this should go back on. Like so. Well, with my seal first. Don't want to fit the seal. That would not be good. All right, so this one is on and the new manual one is on. You can see how it fits just like that. The only thing, I don't remember what goes here. There's a little port at the bottom, and these three, I think they're like 5 or 6 millimeter Allens, but as you can see, this neck right here goes in front of this now. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember. This was the old one that went to the adapter plate. So this sensor will go into here now, but I don't remember what went to there. Let me check my pile down here real fast. What do we got? Oh, is it this thing? What is this thing? This? It might have been that. Yeah, right there. That bolts up to the back side of the head. Now, I'm not entirely sure what that is, because I know, like I said, this one right here goes to the diverter valve. This one goes to a little like box on top of the valve cover. I'm assuming this is part of secondary air, so I'm not sure if I'm deleting this or all this like crazy pipework over here. But that bolts up to the side. So for now, I'm just gonna leave this loose, because I don't know if that has to go back or not, or I can delete it, I don't know. So we'll just let this be a placeholder for right now, and we'll deal with that later. But if you're 1.8T guy, let me know. Do I need that? Do I block that off at some point, or what the deal there is? I'll do some research as well to try and double check. But they look nice, at least. Fancy new pieces for the 1.8T. Head and gave the accessory bracket just a quick little wire brush. Now it looks pretty just OEM standard, and that'll sit right back up on there. Dang, boys, she's starting to look a little bit whole again. So I'm gonna leave this top one a little bit loose. I'm not sure, I think this mounts to the back, like under the intake manifold somewhere. I'm not sure actually where, so I'm gonna leave it loose right now. But the rest are tight, that's good to go. I have to go through and get this cleaned up, that cleaned up, and probably toss those back on, along with the power steering pump, which is back over there. That also has a new speed pulley to go on that as well. And then for the most part, this section will be pretty much done. Still want to flip it over, pull the oil pan off and that kind of stuff, but the rest of the work will be like through this area, up here and over here. So most of this side is pretty much good to go. Look what I got. So obviously it's not time for this to go on the engine yet, but I'm super curious to see how it's gonna look. Oh, that thing is beautiful. Also got that fancy new South Performance gasket that'll just set in place right now. Super cool gasket, you can see. Nice and thick compared to OEM. This keeps a ton of the heat transfer from the cylinder head from the intake manifold, keeping the temps way down. So I'll take my glove. Get down there. Get down there. All right, so there's that. Nice fancy gasket, and this, like I said, just a test fit. I just want to see. So just like so. And put a light on it. Oh, it's beautiful. And honestly, the blue and the green, pretty much the same colors as the pink Floyd as it already is. Oh, that's so cool. So cool. Absolutely love the manifold. Like I said, I have the billet injector cups coming as well, so those will be nice and fancy in there. This thing looks so sick. Love it. And now I can see where this lines up, which I'm pretty sure it goes to, yeah, that one there. And then the bolt just goes through. It's an extra little bracket, I guess, to help support the manifold there. This thing is just looking beautiful. Can't get over it. The question is now, do we paint match the valve cover to this, or just do it in black or silver? Or we can just leave it alone. I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking this. I think having green here and green there, even though you won't see it later on, I think that's the move. So we're actually about to leave and go see the new Spider-Man movie. So this is where we'll leave off right now, which this thing looks sick. I think when we get back home tonight, if it's not too late, not too cold, I still want to get this on, that on, the power steering pump, and have this whole side finished, and then probably end it off there. If not tonight, I'll do that tomorrow and just continue this video until then, but we'll see what happens. All right, my friends. A few hours later, but we're back. If you haven't seen the new Spider-Man, go see it. The movie was very good. It was awesome. I loved it. But we're back to this. I just want to finish a few more things. Like I said, AC compressor, power steering, alternator, finish up the side, and then probably call it a night. I also want to say, now that I see this valve cover next to how nice this looks, we got to paint this. Even if I clean it and it's perfectly back to like that, I can't have this and that. Either you won't see it, I know it's there, so we gotta paint this. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna paint match it to this. I could do a black or a silver, but like this match to this, I think that's the move. All right, quick final look at the before of our alternator, our AC compressor, and our power steering pump here. Really not in terrible shape, but they are dirty, so we'll see how much we can clean up these pieces here. So a little bit of elbow grease and some wire brush action. Not looking too bad. Not as good as brand new, of course, but looking pretty good for what they are. So I'm going to swap over the pulley, the new speed one, to here. We have a new pulley for that one. Toss them all on the engine, and then probably done for the night. So fancy. right, look at us go. So timing side over here is done, accessory side is done, and looking pretty good. New speed pulley over here, and one down here on the power steering pump. I didn't do this one, so I didn't know. I've never actually pulled an alternator pulley off before. You can see the new one is just a solid pulley, where these ones, I believe the term is OAP, where it has like a clutch inside here. So as you're driving the car, if you let off and the belt's still moving, it kind of lets it slip a little bit, so it's not so much tension on the belt itself. So I don't know if I actually want to use this one or not, but also I don't have the tool. Let me go ahead and pull this cap off real fast and I'll show you underneath, because I've never pulled an alternator pulley off before. So this little cap right here pops off. Trying to go flying. Yeah, man. Okay, so you need a spline to hold this outer one right here, and then go down to the inside and get that one. So one goes this way, one goes the other way to take off this entire pulley, which I don't have. So this pulley will stay, not a big deal. It works as it should. And if it's not more tension on the belt, that's a good thing. So we'll just leave it. So we'll go ahead and pop that back on, just like so. So end of day 3. She's looking pretty good. At this point, pretty much all of this corner is completely done. I shouldn't have to do anything else right here. We do have the new pipe here with the new thermostat down in there. We got a bunch of coolant hoses and pipes to go back through there. And then once this is mounted on, all of the vacuum lines and stuff, but making good progress. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and paint match this because seeing it side by side has to be painted for sure. Gotta get that done. And then over here, we'll have a new cam tensioner coming as well. Swap that out, do the gaskets underneath that. That'll be taken care of. And then just figure out some more stuff with like little secondary air thing, I think it is, that goes over here. And a few more things on the front, but I think we're doing pretty good. And then I have to go through, gotta get the turbo cleaned up and then get the new gaskets for the turbo and the downpipe and all that kind of stuff. And that'll all be our backside. Back over yonder, which the backside is pretty straightforward. And if you guys said there's one of the coolant lines that goes to the turbo that goes around this way, they removed it and had it go this way instead to run the factory Mark III coolant ball on this side versus the Mark IV on this side. So might look into doing that, but we are just moving right along with the old girl here. Not too bad. Also, like I mentioned earlier, tomorrow I'll probably go through, pull the pan off, inspect the tube, and just everything else down there and say we're looking. But I have a new oil pan gasket coming, and then a new oil pickup tube. That way there's no blockage of oil going to the engine, and we don't like starve it out and blow it up, because that would be a little bit annoying. So we'll probably do it tomorrow, along with painting this, and then waiting for the new one of this to come in. We're gonna swap those gaskets out, and hopefully just do this thing right. I've had a lot of people ask me what my power goal is for the 1.8T. I really don't have an set power goal. I just want it to be responsive and just fun and enjoy the car with the new platform. Like I said, this is my first 1.8T, so gonna start small, not trying to go with crazy big numbers, but I think with what I have, the intake, the downpipe, with the tune, probably like, I don't know, 215, 220 wheel should be super, super doable. Very conservative, maybe go a little more than that, but I'm not looking for anything crazy. Just a fun, reliable, responsive car. Also, I want to show real fast, quick question for the 1.8T swap, guys. Let me pop some real quick. Get the hood prop going. All right, so what I wanted to do with this car, I wanted to run a side mount like this, like how the Mark IV has a factory, but with how it fits, it's not quite working out super, super well without like cutting stuff that I don't really want to do. So I decided I wanted to run a same side front mount intercooler, meaning to mount in the front, but both outlets are on this side. That way I can run the intake piping the same way from factory as this car has it. So it would be from here down to the intercooler, which is what I have right here in the corner right now. And then it goes under the frame rail to the little pancake pipe, back up to the turbo over here. But as I've seen, because the 1.8T has the mounts here and here, where the Mark III has the mounts in the back, the front, and over by the trans, if I have that pipe going down to the turbo, I don't know if it's gonna clear the mount that has to go right here, and not like, you see this pipe is right here, so it'd have to go from here to like right about here basically, and there's gonna be a mount here. So I'm not sure if that's gonna fit exactly, or if you get to like someone to make you like a custom pipe, it probably would. But if you have a 1.8T swap and you are running a same side intercooler or a side mount where you have like a factory style routing system here and there, what did you do for your rear mount? Did you make custom piping to go over or under, or how did you make that work? I wanna look in the engine bay and have the engines in it here, just one tube to the side, and then not see any of this going back to the turbo. So very, very cool. I don't necessarily like the front mount that goes this way over the top. If you do the Audi TT, like the 225 horsepower manifold on the front, it goes this way and then around, back up this way and around. That's much cleaner. But I have this one, which I do like this one a lot. So I wanted this to go down here, right around the backside, and be very clean and not see much. much. But if you have a 1.8T swap running a side mount intercooler or the same side front where everything's on this side, what did you do to clear your rear mount back here? What we'll have to just do is once this is done and complete and I have the engine mounts, we'll have to toss the entire thing in the car and just see what fits, what doesn't, what's gonna work and what's not. And let's go from there. Like I said, the 1.8T's been done in a Mark III many times, but this is my first time doing it, so I'm still new to all this process. I did watch someone's video. They put a 1.8T in their Mark III Jetta and they had issues with the factory downpipe fitting and not clearing right back over here by the tunnel. So I have that massive 3-inch downpipe that might have to have some clearancing done to it to fit through there, but I think we'll make it all work. This thing though is gonna look sick inside that car. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Do not forget to be thankful for every single day. We'll see you guys next time. Peace. Quick side note, I was looking at this factory 1.8T stock side mount intercooler again. It doesn't fit perfect in there. Once you pull it up like so, I feel like that would be pretty close to where the intake manifold and the throttle body would sit. And that's not like terrible down there. I mean, it's a factory intercooler, so it's not gonna flow insanely well, but I'm not pushing big power, so I don't think it would matter that much. It's just a matter of that pipe is gonna fit past where the engine mount's gonna be to that lower pipe in the back of the turbo, but I don't know. And also, when you hold it up like so, it stays. It's not too low. You can see it's a little bit lower than the lip, but I'm gonna have a much bigger lip on here anyway, so you wouldn't see it, and it would be like out of the way. Maybe that will work. I don't know, I thought I wanted to do the same side front mount, but looking at this now, I almost think we should try just a factory one. So like I said, once it's in the car, where the throttle body off here is gonna sit, should be like right there, or I mean, it's gotta be close to that. And I mean, that fits enough that you can go through and it's in there, and then run the new speed pipe to here, give or take, and then maybe make a custom pipe to go over the mount, or probably over, not under. I don't know, this might work. Okay, anyways, bye. Hang on a second, if you're still here, this is another spare 1.8T I have. I've got 3 total you don't know about, but there you go. This one is a 150 horsepower Euro 1. Engine code is AWD. Got this a long time ago. Got some cool little metal bits on it here and there, and it's got a fancy blue intake up there and some other stuff. But yeah, I've had this for quite a long time. Another story for later on. But this one I was looking at has a solid roller for the alternator. So does it not matter that much? The videos I was watching was showing that they're doing like testing and stuff. When you have a solid roller here, puts a lot of tension on the belt and makes everything kind of like shake a little bit, but that one doesn't have it. So is it better to have, does it matter if I use the new speed one on mine over here and swap from this to a solid roller, or should we keep this? Leave a comment down below. Okay, this time I'm done. I'm actually done.